Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Caleb's 5 Picks of the Week, where we pick 5 games around the world of sports every week. Tyler isn't here this week, but he will be back in the coming weeks. Last week was a good week as I went 4-1. That makes me 5-5 total on the season for games picked. Things that I predicted or thought were going to happen. I did predict that the Bears would murder the Buccaneers, as Mitchell Trubisky had an incredible day, and the Bears defense just played really well. The Bears are a bit surprising me right now. I've never been in this place as a Bears fan where I can be confident about my team, about them winning consistently. This is kind of new territory for me. Other games around the league, I picked other games right. The only game I got wrong was the Ravens and Steelers. I said the Steelers would win and the Ravens won. So that's a little disappointing. Now let's get right into this week's picks. So for the first game this week, I got the Packers versus the Lions. The 2-1-1 Packers versus the 1-3 Lions. The Packers had quite a bit of a bounce-back week, shutting out the Bills, which really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that pays attention to the Bills. They're not good at all. So I think that the Packers, although that they didn't beat a very good team, but I think that this will give them a little bit of steam going forward, and that they will beat the Lions and move to 3-1-1, and they'll win that game 24-17. For the second game of the week, I got the Ravens versus the Browns. The 3-1 Ravens, silently 3-1. I don't really think that they're catching anybody's eye or paying attention at how the Ravens are doing, but I do think that this will be Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield's first win as a starter. I do think that the Browns will win 35-34 and possibly an overtime game or a late game thriller. I just think that this is going to be a great game to watch. And then the third game this week is going to be the Jaguars versus the Chiefs. This is definitely the powerhouse game in the AFC, involving two of the best teams, if not the two best teams. I do think that the Chiefs will stay undefeated. I don't think that their offense will be as productive as it has been in weeks past, but I do think that they will stay undefeated and will win 20-14. Then before we move on to the last two games, the Sunday night game and the Monday night game, I'm going to do something a little different. Because we don't have Tyler here this week with his fantasy picks of the week, I'm going to do a little power ranking update. The top 5 teams in NFL right now. My ranking is the Rams are first at 4-0. The Chiefs are second at 4-0. The Jaguars are third at 3-1. The Patriots are fourth at 2-2, and the Saints are fifth at 3-1. Something else that I want to bring to attention is the early MVP race. And these are my 3 guys that are leading that right now. I think Patrick Mahomes has made himself a early candidate for MVP. A lot of people are talking about how incredible he's been playing and how well his season's been doing so far. I can't argue with that. I would like to throw in my own little sleeper for MVP is Khalil Mack. Now you may say, well, Caleb, you're a Bears fan. Yes, I'm a Bears fan, but yes, I'm an honest NFL fan. At the beginning of the year, if you would ask me how I thought the Bears would be doing at this point, I would have said that they were probably 0-4, and that any winnable games that they had all year already passed them. But they're not 0-4. They're 3-1, and they're looking like they're going to be a playoff team possibly if it isn't for the third player on my MVP list, which is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is just a great quarterback. It hurts to say that, but he's just incredible. He makes throws that you can't imagine possible, and he just makes plays. He's just a playmaker as a quarterback, and that's really, really tough to find guys that can just make things happen out of nowhere. My reasoning, though, for Khalil Mack being up there is that the Bears' defense was considered a top 10 defense last year. Add Khalil Mack, and they're one of the best defenses in the NFL, if not the best defense. And then also, then going back to my picks, the Sunday night football game this week, the Battle of Texas, the Cowboys versus the Texans. This one's kind of tough, the 1-3 Texans versus the 2-2 Cowboys. I had the Texans winning 24-17. I think there's more talent on the Texans side. I just think that Deshaun Watson has to figure it out at some point. He has to figure something out. DeAndre Hopkins is a great wide receiver. They have a good offense. It's just been underperforming. Their defense, as always, has been good. It just hasn't been great this year. But they do have potential with guys like J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, Tyrann Mathieu, guys like that who have potential to make this a great all-time defense, not just a good defense in the current NFL. The Cowboys, I mean, they've just been underperforming, and they can't continue to do that and expect people like me to pick them over teams like the Texans, who, yes, have underperformed as well, but just have more talent. Like, the Cowboys have so much talent, but they just don't play well. They haven't been playing well. Ezekiel Elliott had a good week last week. Dak Prescott has just been disappointing. I think that they will turn around at some point. I just don't think it's going to be this week against the Texans. I think the Texans will move to 2-3 and start to get a roll a little bit. Now for the Monday Night Football game. Now this is a tough game. I do have the Saints and the Redskins, and the Saints are my number 5 team on the power rankings right now. And Drew Brees is definitely making a case for MVP so far this year. But there's no but. The Saints are going to win. The Saints are going to win this game 31-20. The Redskins have had a good year. Alex Smith is playing well. There's no reason why that the Redskins just are so much worse than the Saints, that the Saints will beat them easily. There just is more. I guess that's the theme of this week, is that the teams with more talent are going to win. So, as always, that's going to wrap up the podcast this week. As always, let me know what you think of my picks if you see me around in the hallway or in the comment section on the YouTube video. Leave a like. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll be back next week with some more games, and we'll probably have Tyler back next week. And that's about it. So have a great rest of your day. If you're listening in the middle of the day or you're listening in the morning, have a great rest of your day. Make this the best day of your life. Thank you.